If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. I just watched a video. If you're watching my video right now about van life, then what are you waiting for? You know you want to do it, so just do it. Don't worry about all the details. Just know that when you get out here, you're going to be happy. I mean, it was really one of these, motivational speeches to get everybody to come out here. He says, just take whatever money you got. Doesn't matter, $5,000, $1,500. Go get yourself a van. You don't need a fancy build. You don't need solar panels. You don't need electric. Heck, just get yourself a cooler and some water and ice, and there you go. And you're going to be happy. I guess I try to observe things a little bit more than am I going to be happy. Because there might be a point in time, if you buy a van for $1,500, $5,000, then you're not going to be happy. Like when it breaks down on the side of the road. I got to know this van dweller on Facebook, and she had a minivan. Broke down in Pennsylvania on the side of the road. And it was immediately, GoFundMe. I need help. She didn't seem very happy at that moment. There is a lot of planning that needs to go into this. I mean, you're getting ready to change your entire lifestyle to go live in a van, $1,500 van, without any clear direction on what you're going to do. I mean, what are you going to do for work? One of the big surprises to me was the limited access to internet out here. That was a huge surprise, and you will see that I probably talk about internet more than anything else if you watch my videos. I have to have internet for work. I do programming. I have a little online business where I help companies build databases, maintain databases. I pretty much just maintain them now. I built them years ago, and they bought them, and they hire me to maintain them. If they want to change, or if they got a programming issue, or I can help companies train their employees how to use these databases. Well, internet is a big thing I got to have. Well, on top of that, of course, I do YouTube videos to help supplement some of the income. It is a huge shock to the system when you get out here and you realize, man, internet is sparse. I mean, I have 4 devices now that have access to internet. Just this morning, I was trying to upload a video with Verizon, and it was going slower than I had hoped. It was going to take like 3 hours to upload a video. So I thought, okay, well, Verizon isn't working, so I'm going to go to AT&T. I'm going to try it. If you don't understand how internet works, you have download speed and upload speed. 2 different speeds. Well, with Verizon, I was getting about the same upload and download speed. It was like 0.7 megabytes per second, and it takes forever to upload a video or download anything. So I went to AT&T, and I had like 6 megabytes per second download speed, but 0.03 upload speed. So it was actually slower to upload a video with AT&T. It's just, and I got, T-Mobile, and then Carolyn has Straight Talk. And you just can't get a fast upload speed. Well, when you need internet for work so you can make an income in your $1,500 van, that's going to be a little hard to do. And then he says, well, eventually you're going to be able to upgrade your van in a couple of years because you're going to be able to save so much money out here. Because you're not paying rent, which I've dispelled this myth I don't know how many times. I'll put a link to that video right here, just in case you want to see how the math just doesn't add up that you're going to save rent. But even if you believe you're going to save rent, you're going to be spending all your money just trying to have an online business with internet. Just a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, I met a young girl, and she lived in a van. It was an older van, and she was telling me that she did online work also. But before I get into that, it was several days. She'd been in the campground for several days, and the campground was full of hunters. And the youngest hunter in the campground, I wasn't a hunter, so I was the only other nomad. Her, me, and Carolyn, and then I think there was 3 hunters. And the youngest one was 73 years old. Well, every night she'd go over there and joke around with them and have a good time, and like a little party. And what I noticed was they were giving her food and drink and alcohol, and well, she came over to my campground a few days later and said, I noticed that there is a a jetpack in the campground. I can see it on my phone, a Wi-Fi signal, jetpack, the ellipsis, which is mine. And I said, yeah, that's mine. She says, yeah, I figured it was. I asked everybody else, and they didn't have it. And I said, yeah. She said, what is it? And so I explained that it's a Verizon jetpack, went through all the details of it, and it provides internet, unlimited internet, all this stuff. She says, oh, she says, well, you know, I work online too. I said, oh, really? That's great. She says, yeah. For some reason, she couldn't get high-speed internet out here. Well, it was the same thing that, you know, we struggle with too. And so I'm explaining to her that she's going to have to, if she's going to continue this lifestyle, she's going to have multiple internets, at least 2 providers. And she says, well, I was just thinking maybe I could get your password and I could log into your jetpack and I could use yours since you're not having that much issue with it. You know, I only get, let's say, 1 megabyte per second. And if I'm uploading a video and she's doing, you know, let's say she's uploading a video, that means both of us is using half a megabyte. So it's going to take forever to share that much data for both of us. So basically it would slow me down. So I said no. I mean, I don't think that would work for either one of us. And that's the last time she spoke to me. So she was having to use her charm to get things from people. And I can't imagine that that's a happy lifestyle. But during the conversation, she told me how she got involved in the lifestyle. She thought it was really going to change her life, but she has seen that it really is a lot of work. It's difficult at times, and she's not as happy as she thought she would be. So I asked her, did she do a trial run? I mean, before she left her house, did she, you know, do extended trial runs? And of course she said no. And I said, well, yeah, you know, and I told her about my YouTube channel, of course. And I said, yeah, I tell everybody, you know, you got to do a really good trial run. And what I would recommend is 4 long trial runs. 1 in the spring, 1 in the summer, 1 in the fall, 1 in the winter. That way, and even in the real cold winter. Don't act like you're going to be a snowbird and always get to go south or, you know, into the desert for the winter. Because you don't get to. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.